What's up, guys? So, give you a little quick update on what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to show the other little video I did, but I did a bunch of work on the bike this morning, and I came out here to start a video and it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't start. So I'm just going on a quick little stroll around the neighborhood. It's pretty nice today. I think it's like 55, 60 at the end of January. So some things I did. These CBR 600RRs, they have a what do you call it? A wax control unit. So at idle, when it's cold, there's a little box thing that's full of wax, and it compresses and pulls on the idle, some kind of valves in there, whatever. Anyways, so my bike, when it's cold, it was idling at like 4,000 RPMs, which is like super loud with an aftermarket exhaust when you're sitting at a light. And if I went to sit there and let it warm up for like 10 minutes in the garage before I take off, it would just do it the whole ride. It would never warm up enough. So I was thinking about it, and the way the wax heats up is it's got coolant lines connected to it. And when I first got this bike, I went through the entire cooling system, but I did not mess with those lines going to that, because I didn't even know at that time how it operated. So I figured, based on how I remember the inside of the coolant lines looked before I did work on it, it was probably all gummed up and the coolant wasn't even getting to it. So first I was going to check the lines. If not, I was going to take the wax idle unit apart if possible and clean it out. Well, I got in there, had to pull the fuel tank off, had to do all kinds of stuff to get in there to it. I pulled the first coolant line off that goes to the wax unit, and it's just like stopped up with sludge. So at that point it was pretty obvious, at least I was thinking that was the cause of the issue. And I started looking at the wax idle control unit, and it doesn't appear that you can even take the thing apart anyway. So I took the lines off, cleaned them out real good, chopped off the ends on them where the clamps were, so they had a clean connection again, and blew them out real good, cleaned them out real good, and sprayed some WD-40 a couple times up into the unit, so if there was any kind of gunk up in there, it'd kind of break it loose, hopefully, and put it back together, or at least plug the fuel tank back in, and fired it up. And after like a minute, the idle came down exactly like it was supposed to. It was perfect. And then I used the another thing is there's a little knob here that you can use to adjust the idle after it has idled down from that wax control unit. So I went ahead and adjusted the idle down to, I thought somebody online that said between 1100 and 1400, and 1100 definitely sounded too low. It sounded like it was missing and choppy. It didn't sound right. So I ended up putting it about 1400, and the idle sounds perfect now. So anyways, I go to pull it out, I get it all put back together after that test fire, bag it out of the garage, turn the camera on, do a little test, and no fire, nothing. And started tearing back into it, got it almost completely taken back apart, and I looked underneath the fuel tank and realized that one of the lines is metal, and I had actually kinked it when I was putting it back in. Luckily it's a soft metal, so I was actually able to just bend it back and test it. It fired right up, of course. So it had just cut off the fuel supply. That was it. Got it all back together, and here we are, riding like a champ. Another thing that I wanted to test right now is my actual microphone setup with the GoPro. Previous videos, it was really, it just sounded shitty. It didn't sound right. And I think that was because I had the mic right in front of my mouth and it was too loud. So I got one of those little dead cat things, the little furry thing that goes over the microphone, and somebody recommended that I tuck it into the cheek pad area. So that's another reason we're testing video right now. Testing video, testing sound mainly, and testing the bike out to make sure everything's running good. It's really running really good right now. I wanted to get this done today because it's especially annoying, that super high idle when I'm in a group of people riding. And tomorrow I'm going on a ride with Theo freaking Door and shit, can't remember his name. Something Rides. Damn it, dude, sorry, my bad, I can't remember. It's Something Rides. Anyway, they invited me to go on a ride with them tomorrow. There's a bunch of people getting together. There's actually 2 rides going on tomorrow. This one, it's not really a organized ride. It's just, let's go cruise around town, hang out. Probably a hooligan ride, which is perfect. Then there's another ride I just saw earlier today that's tomorrow. It's called like the Polar Bear Ride or Polar Run or some shit. And I was looking at it, and you collect points for going to different areas, and you got to take a selfie with the sign there. And some of them are talking about take a picture here topless for extra points, or no pants for extra points. Hell nah. I mean, it is supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow, but it's still winter time. It's like 55 degrees. It's going to be the tops tomorrow. So I'm not trying to go around, ride around with no pants on. You guys are crazy. Especially no top on. Pants is one thing. My ass is wrapped around the engine on this thing. Keep halfway warm, but no shirt on riding around? Hell nah. So I won't be going on that ride. But so I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I can put together a nice video, hang out all day with Theo freaking Door, Zach, some other people, and get some good content. So on that note, guys, peace.